Maino just crashed out on his VladTV interview that is going viral, and he's saying that G-Unit is soft. Jimmy henchmen spanked them out. They not as gangsta as they claim as folklore. It ain't real. It's a myth, champ. Champ, is Maino trying to say that the unit was never like that? Is he trying to say that 50 is a fictional character that people believed in their heads was a tough guy? Listen, man, we gonna jump into the content, but I need y'all to hit the like button and hit the hype button, because we about to get deep.
Got up on some ball shit and linked up with the man.
These likes, run up these likes. Make sure you hit the hype button, because the hype button helps the channel in a major way. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Maino is going viral after dropping this song called The Algorithm, which is a song about people on social media who he has issues with, as far as like 50 Cent, Akademiks, just to name a few. You know, other people who he has problems with. Hassan Campbell, other names, right? And some shout outs or whatever. That's cool, man. Listen, Maino's now done an interview on Vlad where Vlad is asking him about the whole 50 Cent situation. And he's trying to say that all this gangster stuff coming out of the unit and Fifth is basically folklore. It ain't real. It's fiction. People believe this fictitious thing in their head that he was really gangster. But Maino says he doesn't know nothing gangster about Fifth, even though Fifth helped him get a deal, and that's all he knows. Listen, we gonna jump into this content. It's getting crazy. Let's do it, gang.
To me, being a lyricist, you know, these days people have their own version of it, but to me, it's someone that could say something that you go, oh wow, I wouldn't have thought to say that myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
exceptional.
Niggas always not gave me my credit. Niggas always underestimated me, and I've always been the underestimated one. Niggas never gave me my credit for being anything. You understand? When it comes to dressing, when it comes to music, you understand? You got niggas that actually really get on the internet and argue that I don't have no hits.
No, you got hits.
Yeah, like just
you have hits. All the above.
But it don't even matter, right? We don't got to go into anything. Hater. But my point is, I've always felt like I was a slept-on artist. I always felt like I was a slept-on artist with something to talk about. Like my story is real, what I was given. You know, nigga, you comparing me to who? Don't compare me to nobody else. Compare me to me.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, Maino had some hits. He has some joints that people should know. A joint with Swiss Beats. I think I might give away $1 million. Hot hater, like Vlad said, all the above. And it might have been 2 other ones too. But these songs haven't aged well. They were hits for the time. They were hits for the time that they came out. I don't think they have good longevity. So a lot of people don't even know who Maino is because of that. A lot of Maino's presence and his legendary status to me don't even come from music. It comes from back in the DVD era when he was snatching chains, smacking on people, smacking on little C's. That's where his basically legendary status came from. Came from doing some street stuff, right? I'ma just say that. I'll be honest, shit. And anybody can vouch for it who was around during those times. But as far as music goes, you know, a lot of people don't even know Maino for the music thing. I'm just gonna be real about the situation.
Well, not everyone remembers this, but 50 actually helped you out back in the day.
Yeah,
right?
and I gave him his credit, and it's 30 interviews of me talking about that,
including this one, right? So
yeah, but
you guys don't have like an inherent beef, a long-term beef,
we don't
or whatever else.
Listen,
I always thought there was a mutual respect.
Here, listen. This is why I'm so befuddled with the whole issue as it pertains to him, because if you go back and look at any interview where his name came up, I always gave him his flowers. I always gave him his credit, always gave him the grace and the respect because of what he done for me. I was going to sign to Atlantic anyway, but it was like taking long, and he made that call,
he helped
and
out.
it got done, right? Drink Champs, even after the beef started. I went on Drink Champs and still said that, right? So when he go do his little diss or whatever, and says, oh, Bar ripped him. Oh.
Wait. Which line are you talking about?
Yes, it's everybody didn't catch the line. So you see this shot where he says
At the barbershop.
Yeah.
That's where your face got cut.
Yeah, but
that's
he
what
said,
he's trying to reference. Yeah.
But he referenced that, but he
Yeah.
also referenced the guy's name.
Oh, that was his name.
Yeah.
Bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
He referenced his name. So now I'm thinking, okay, now this is personal. Now you talking street shit. And now you saying it, I don't know why niggas is saying it as if it was like a strike against my character, because it's not. We cut each other, okay?
So you cut him first, he cut you second.
I cut him first, he cut me back.
Yeah.
I cut many guys, all right? It is what it is.
How many guys did you cut?
A plethora.
Okay.
All right? And everybody knows this. But on the internet, they like to just focus on that because of this.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, right? So
Yeah, that was Fifth Petty's. I peep. See, a lot of people ain't peep that. Y'all seen when I was reacting to the Max B and Fifth joint. Y'all seen me talk about him getting $150 in the barbershop out there on Rikers, right? Because that's how he got that cut on his face. A lot of y'all don't know or might not pay attention. But yeah, Maino got a little scar on his face from Rikers Island because he got cut in the barbershop, right? As a result of him cutting dude. So he got his get back, caught Maino while he was getting his hair cut. Dig? So yeah, man. That's his Fifth, man. You know how Fifth get there. Maino shouldn't even be surprised that Fifth would do something like that. It's Fifth, man. What did you expect? Like Fifth, this is something Fifth would do. Fifth is that petty. Like you thought it was just a joke? Nah, man. Listen, you, Jimmy, Fab, Davies was trying to talk down on the Diddy documentary, and Fifth felt some type way about it, you know, and that's what triggered Fifth to even start going at you guys in the first place. I mean, Jimmy and Fifth was already going back and forth by themselves, but y'all being on the Let's Rap About It podcast trying to down talk that Diddy doc is what led to Fifth even going on for y'all in the first place. It ain't like he did it for no reason. So we can't pretend like Fifth is just crazy and he just be doing things for nothing. Something triggered Fifth to do what he did. Fifth don't just go around going off on people unless they start with him first. It's literally that simple. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. But let's continue.
now when he does that, I'm saying, oh, he going to like street shit. And this is why now I gave him his credit. I can't give him to him no more.
Well, from my point of view, seeing the way 50 operates, me and him have talked, but we don't have like a close relationship like I do with Yayo, right? So I'm not going to speak into his head, but from my point of view, this reminds me of when Ja Rule dropped the New York record, which was kind of his comeback record during that time, and Jadakiss and Fat Joe were on that record. Suddenly, 50's going to Jada and Fat Joe, not because he has beef with them, but because he's standing next to someone he has beef with.
Okay.
They're standing next to someone that he has beef with. So I feel like in this situation, this is where you landed. 50 don't have beef directly with Maino, but since Maino was with these dudes,
who you got beef with?
Jim Jones?
So fuck is you? Fuck is he?
What do you mean?
Who he?
50? But I'm saying this is how he operates. We've seen this before.
So what?
Okay.
So
I'm not
what?
saying you should understand it.
I don't get,
that's what I think it is.
Listen, if a nigga got a problem, I don't owe no nigga nothing as far as it comes to any level of loyalty, because as far as I knew, that they little back and forth ain't nothing real. That was nothing, because I remember them cool, and they had a little workout, little banter, and that's all. This started from like a post in 2020. See, I remember them going back and forth on Instagram about working out, and then one day Capo put up a picture of Mel Murder, and I liked it. I didn't read the caption. It was Mel Murder. He from Bed-Stuy. I liked it. He locked up. I liked it. I'm saluting. 50 takes the picture of the post. This is what I'm saying. He's so sensitive, right? He take a picture of that post of me liking it and says, yeah, I helped this guy before, and I guess he forgot, you know, you gotta watch people and all that. And I was like,
that's Southside. That's Southside in a nutshell. Yes. Yes, shit. So you said that Jimmy and Fifth had something going on, correct? You said this, Maino. You don't know the magnitude in which Fifth and Jimmy was going at it. You don't personally know. You don't know how it started or what happened. You don't personally know, right? Okay, that's number one. Number two, yes, you like the post of Jimmy, right? Post to Mel Murray. Now, Fifth is looking at that strange because obviously maybe they got something going on and he sees that you trying to be friendly with said ops, correct? Pay attention to what I'm saying, y'all. On top of that, right? This is also something that Maino does. So I'm going to give y'all another example. I made a video a couple months ago about Maino liking a Max B song with French Montana. And he's close to Jim Jones, or says that he is, right? And out of Maino's own mouth, he says, hey, Jimmy, whoever's an enemy of Jim is my enemy. He adapts that, look, an enemy of my friend is also my enemy. You're also my op. If my friend is your op, guess what? I'm your op too because that's my friend and his enemies is my enemies. It's that simple. Fifth also adapts the same type of ideologies, but Maino doesn't seem to follow through with that all the way. Because why in the world would you like a post about Max's feature with French Montana knowing that Jimmy despises Max, especially after Max did a song called Pootie dissing the man and his son who was a child at the time. So Jimmy probably not even paying attention to all that because Jimmy's not that official anyway, right? Let's just be real about the situation. He's not that official, for real. So why would he ever pay attention to that type of stuff? Even though he gonna get mad at Dave East for attending Max B's party, did he question Maino about liking the song with French and Max? Make it make sense. I thought Max was Jimmy's op. What happened? But you are liking op posts. So in this situation, Maino, you're saying that you like the post from Jim during the time if Fifth and Maino had a back and forth and you don't really truly know the magnitude of that back and forth and you like the post. Yeah, champ, this is how Fifth operates. This is how Southside operates. This is how Queens operate. I don't know what y'all do in Brooklyn, but I'm just being real about the situation, gang. Like, this would come more funny to Fifth. I'm not mad at Fifth for that. Hey, just saying, but this is how Fifth is. I mean, I'm kind of the same way, because if I see it, I'm got spoke with somebody and a nigga coming like his post, I will be like, hold on, bro. What type of time is you on? Like, wait a minute. Are you being mixy? Because in the town, we call that being mixy in the town. Word. You being mixy. So you trying to, rock with both sides? Like, what are you on? You trying to rock with him and me? Nah. It's not. It's about to work. So, right. And once you see somebody do that, you have to automatically assume that they a snake. Now, am I calling Maino a snake? I never said these words. I'm just saying the dude look crazy, Maino. I'm just gonna be real. It looks crazy, but let's continue.
Real? What? I was confused. I didn't understand. So I went back and then I read the caption. I said, "Oh shit, these niggas going back and forth." So that I goes and puts up the post and say, "Yo, you overthinking, bro." Like I could never forget about what you talking about. I can never forget about that. And I left it like that. And I don't think we ever really was the same. And this is a nigga that I felt like we had a decent a relationship, right? I respect him on his impact in the game, him being an artist that has impacted the game, even his business sense or whatever, right? And definitely respected what he done. But I never knew nothing gangster about him. I didn't ever have that respect for him, and I think that maybe because I was showing so much grace and giving him his flowers for so long, I think that kind of got devalued and maybe thought that. Did you think that I had extra respect on some gangster shit? Because I never did. I I never believed that. I had no reason to.
So you saying you never believed the gangster of Fifth and never had a reason to believe it? Yo, so let me say this, right? we gonna get to the facts in a second. But man, I don't believe that. Now you ain't respect Fifth gangster. Champ, you know about everything Fifth and them done did just like I do. I never respected any of that gangster stuff. You know you capping, nigga. But you respect Jimmy's gangster now, don't you, Champ? So let me get this correct, right? Let's make it make sense. You don't believe Fifth gangster, but you believe Jimmy's gangster? Am I bugging? Y'all tell me if I'm out. Y'all tell the mayor if he's bugging, gang. Cause there's no way in the world you believe Jimothy, shivering Jimothy Jones, gangster, but don't believe Fifth. Champ, we gotta make it make sense, gang. But let's continue.
Well, meaning what exactly? Meaning that you don't think that he did gangster activities at various points throughout his life?
No, I don't know. I have no way of knowing that.
Well,
and I don't want to make this whole interview about him. But listen, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think he capitalized on a moment. It benefited him. What happened to him? I think two things that happened to him was probably the greatest things that ever happened, and one of those things was the fact that he got shot. Now, the fact that he got shot, well, you know, they say it was 5 times. Really, he lied and not, whatever, right? All right, that justified him wearing a vest, pictures with guns. It justified the imagery. It gave it a storyline. Oh, all these old niggas trying to kill me. Oh man, everybody trying to kill me. There's a sense of danger. And then him signing Eminem amplified that. So now you got that storyline, then you got that machine. That was the perfect ingredients for success. We saluted it, we loved it. There was the underdog that came up. We was all with it, right? Anything gangster, I don't know nothing about that.
Well, he's lying. Maino, I'm saying you bugging. You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. Again, you know like I know. Anything gangster, I don't know nothing. Yes, you do. You from the town, nigga. You do know. Just like Jimmy know. Just like Fab know and like Dave East know. Yeah, you know. What do you mean, champ? Yeah, you didn't got busy at Rikers Island. Congratulations. That's amazing, champ. That's great. Remember that. That's cool, man. That's amazing. I'm glad that you was getting busy at Rikers Island. That's amazing. Let's continue, man.
Well, I mean, he was also a great songwriter.
The music was
there. Music was definitely there.
We can't take nothing. Listen, I'm not taking nothing from no nigga that deserved what he deserved, but I'm not gonna give extra.
Right. Well, but here's the thing, right? And this is something that really can't be disputed. And I watched this from the outside looking in. Gita had real serious street beef with a lot of very serious guys.
Who?
Jimmy Henchman.
They got spanked. Nigga, are you crazy? They got spanked. What is wrong with you?
What do you mean they got spanked?
Yo, Vlad, please, trust me when I'm telling you this. I don't really want to go into all this, but they got spanked. What is wrong with you? Jimmy had his way. People died. What are you talking about?
Jimmy had his way?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
respectfully, listen, they did take some losses to Jimmy Henchman. Let's not get it twisted. Listen, ain't no perfection. There is no perfection. Yes, the unit took some L's. They lost Lodi Mac after Yale slapped Jimmy's son. Yeah, Jimmy's son got slapped. Next thing you know, guess what? Yale house got clapped. Yale's mother's house got clapped up. Lloyd Banks, it was either Lloyd Banks' pops or Lloyd Banks' mother's house got clapped up. Either, it was one of the houses, by the way. Yeah. It was between Banks Pops and Banks Mom's house got clapped up, and Lodi Mac, who was with Yayo when he slapped on Jimmy's son. They caught Lodi Mac, and Lodi Mac is gone. He's out of here. They sent Lodi Mac upstairs, and that was that. Now, Jimmy Henchman doing double, triple life, whatever, right? Fifth still outside. Everybody's outside. But yes, they did take a loss there. There was a loss in the end. You dig what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I wouldn't personally say they got spanked out because remember, they was beefing with Jimmy Henchman for years. Henchman, the main reason Henchman even really like super duper got involved was because Henchman got in the games and Henchman was part of the reason why Game left G Unit and etc. Because Henchman got in Game's ear about fifth because again, Game's an idiot. What can I say? He's a bozo. You listen to Jimmy Henchman. Now look at him. Look at where Game is at right now. Everybody else in the unit then prospered and succeeded except for bro, right? So a lot of stuff is Game's fault because Game jumped in with Henchman and that was a nasty situation that ended up happening. Not gonna lie. And when I say they got completely violated, like, nah. Not completely violated, though. But let's continue. Go ahead.
Yayo's house got shot up over that situation. I understand that. But ultimately...
Think about what you're saying and think about what happened.
Meaning what? That Jimmy's doing double life?
Listen. In that situation, that situation, they wasn't a victor in that situation, brother.
Right.
Okay, so it...
But I feel like these guys stood there.
You said there wasn't a victor in that situation, but also says that they got spanked out. So which one is it? Yo, bro, you can't say this and then say there was no victor. You just said Jimmy spanked him out. Jimmy doing double life right now. Ultimately, if you really want to be technical, Jimmy's the loser because Jimmy's done. He ain't about to see the light of day again. Now, let's not act like Jimmy ain't, one of the craziest gangsters in the city of New York history, period. Like, he's one of them because Henchman was the reason Pop got clapped up and online back in the day. Facts. Henchman was around for some periods, for a minute. Henchman was really like that. I ain't gonna hold it. Henchman and his henchmen was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. If you know, you know. But bro says that Jimmy spanked him out. But you also said there's no victor. So which one is it? Yeah, they took a loss, man. Lodi Mac, R.I.P. Yeah, they took a loss. Cool. It can happen though. It's the streets. The losses are kinda, you're gonna take some type of loss, right? You're going to. Well, let's continue.
The ground.
Who stood what ground?
I think G-Unit stood their ground.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
And it's easy to go for with the folklore. What else? Who else?
World.
You don't even know World. World is my childhood friend. Okay. Listen, this is things. He wasn't.
They didn't have beef with World?
Listen, that wasn't no.
The shooting that happened after Hot 97?
No, listen, this is when I don't even want to get into it.
Okay.
One incident happened. Right? You think you really into it with somebody with one incident?
Suge Knight.
Yo, bro,
the stabbing incident at the Vibe Awards.
Yo, listen, look, all I'm saying is I don't have no reason to believe the extra gangster shit. You believe whatever you want to believe. I ain't.
So you say you don't got a reason to believe no extra gangster-ish with the unit, right? Okay. So we don't have a reason to believe no extra gangster-ish when it come to you and Rod Diggs, correct? Because Rod Diggs was the boogeyman for you. I ain't gonna lie. And maybe a few others. Now, crazy enough, Rod Diggs is cool with who? Who's Rod Diggs cool with? Uncle Murder. And who Uncle Murder signed with? The unit. Interesting. Rod Diggs was the boogeyman for you, champ. Yeah, and Jimmy too. Yo, listen, it's kind of crazy. So Rod Diggs was the boogeyman for Jim Jones because he almost got Jim Jones because Jimmy was trying to talk crazy to Rod Diggs, trying to get gangster with Rod. Rod Diggs almost got Jimmy up out of here. Almost. He nearly blicked Jimmy, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Ask Jimmy yourself. Bet you he don't answer. And of course, Maino ain't with no problems with Rod Diggs at all. at all. Facts. And that's when the uncle murders people. And Rod Diggs right now is doing life. He out there in ADX, all the way out there in Colorado. He was a real criminal. He was a real boogeyman. That's actually crazy enough. Rod Diggs is Shotty's big homie. Shotty from Treyway, who was with 6ix9ine. Shotty's big homie is Rod Diggs. Crazy enough. And Shotty's about that too. Shotty's crazy too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, champ. Y'all look up Rod Diggs. Some of y'all might not know who Rod Diggs is. Go look him up, champ. Rod Diggs. That guy is like that. Not gonna hold you. Son was a real heathen out there. You heard? But I'm just saying, champ. I just gotta be real about the situation because we're not about to pretend the unit wasn't on timing. Remember, Ice-T said Fifth was the first gangster rapper for a reason. It wasn't for nothing. Bro was charting on Billboard and dealing with niggas outside too. Yeah, champ. But let's continue.
But we're talking about actual incidents. We saw the video at the Vibe Awards, right?
What happened at the Vibe Awards?
The guy that attacked them ended up getting stabbed.
Attacked who?
Attacked Dr. Dre.
Who was with them? What they had that? Yo, bro.
They were there with Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, leave me.
They were signed to Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, listen to me. I'm not gonna debate you on another man. I'm speaking from my perspective, and it is what it is. Like, I don't have no reason to believe nothing extra. Those incidents that you talking about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People lost a lot. Like, look, it don't even matter to me, right? Look, like I said, you believe what you want to believe. I know truth. I think it's all a character act. Whatever, man.
It is what it is. If you and 50 got on the phone today,
yeah,
you think you could have a civilized?
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I don't,
civilized conversation.
I don't listen.
Which is something I hope for, by the way.
It don't even matter to me though. But the thing is this though. I don't care to do it because I don't want a nigga to confuse anything because you already said things that I feel like now I need to stand on. Oh, you don't want to smoke. You want to be cool. I don't. What the fuck?
Wait, who said that?
This is what he said. He said, I want to be cool. Listen, yo, we from the same age bracket, my nigga. I've been outside a long time, a very long time.
All right. Cool, Chip. But I said what I said, Chip. I ain't gonna lie. I said what I said, gang. Yeah. Facts are facts. Was the unit soft though? But gang, how do y'all feel about all this in the comment section? Do y'all agree with Maino that G Unit was never that Fifth was never that? Do y'all believe that Maino was more gangster than Fifth? Who's more gangster, champ? Whose resume is the real deal, champ? Listen, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section, man. Listen, if you are new to the Maze channel, I need you to subscribe right now to the notification bell for all of the Maze updates. Hit that like button because it's very essential to the channel. And most importantly, hit that hype button because it helps the channel in a huge, major way. But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. You ready, gang? It's the mayor. The one and only New York Mayor, F. Mom Donnie. And you're rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham. And you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.